I was raised in this society, so there's no way you can expect me to be a perfect person. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
For a record like this to be published, it has no place in our society.
Well, what's the
Withdraw of this record. Withdraw of this record.
That's how I feel.
No
Do whatever I like.
in our society. Let the American people see Dan Quayle as they really am. Let the American people see Dan Quayle as they really am. Let the
I was
American
raised in this society, so there's no way you can expect me to be a perfect person. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
absolutely no reason for a record like this to be published. It has no place in our society.
Well, what's the record?
Withdraw of this record.
That's how I feel. I'm gonna do whatever I like. I'm not a role model. I was raised in this society, so there's no way you can expect me to be a perfect person. But I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. That's how I feel. I'm gonna do whatever I like. I'm not a role model.
Well, what's the record?
Withdraw of this record.
That's how I feel. I'm gonna do whatever I like. I'm not a role model. I was raised in this society, so there's no way you can expect me to be a perfect person. So I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Withdraw
I
of
was
this
raised in
record.
this society, so there's no way you can expect me to be a perfect person. So I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
It has no place in our society.
That's how I feel. I'm gonna do whatever I like. I'm not a role model.
Let the American people see Dan Quayle as they really am.
It has no place in our
For
society.
a record like this to be published, let the American people see Dan Quayle as they really am.
That's how I feel. I'm gonna do whatever I like. I'm not a role
Well,
model.
what's the record?
Withdraw of this
Well,
record.
what's the record?
It has no place in our society.
That's how I
There's
feel. I'm gonna do whatever I
absolutely no
like.
reason for a
I'm not a
record
role
like
model.
this to be published.
Let's do a sound check. Mic check. Who with me? You got to understand me. What's good? Let me take a sip. Who with me? Let's do this mic check. What time is it? Wow. What's good with everybody today, man? Let's get adjusted, and we're gonna get right to it. Wait for a few more people to get in. I know I'm actually early. Let's get the comments up if you don't mind. Let's reduce some things. That a little bit better. A little less of me, a little more of you on the screen. Whew. Tough day today for me. Tough day today for me, boy, I tell you. You know, I think in my older age, I know I'm not speaking for everybody. Remember when we were a little bit younger and we would just be like those old mean ass people? Those mean ass, you can't say nothing to them. They ain't got no patience. Them old heads that just cuss you out. Now I know why that is. There's two old heads in my mind. This is off the hip, off the cuff right now. There's two old heads in mind that I have that I can remember. The old head that just didn't play. He or she just will cuss you out at the drop of a dime. They'll let you have it. Are we okay on the sound? They'll let you have it. And then you got the old heads that's be like, and then he just move on. He or she just move on. Have absolutely nothing to say. They know you don't know what you're talking about. They don't let you press any of their buttons. They just be like, youngster. And then you got the Melvins, like on Baby Boy. He hit him with the pump fake. He hit him with the, remember when Joey went off on him or whatever his name was, when the baby boy, when Tyrese went off, like, you ain't gonna leave this house. You gonna leave this house, Melvin. You ain't gonna do my mama like she did my brother. That type of thing. Yeah. Melvin hit him with the youngster. Walked away, pump fake, snuck up from behind, put him in the chokehold, and dude said, Mama. Yeah, I'm becoming one of those old heads that's like, youngster. And then sneak up from behind and put you in the chokehold and wait for you to holler for your mama. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest, bro. I know why old heads are so mild-mannered, but then, you know, they just easy trigger. You know what I'm saying? They could go off. I'm on the borderline. Quite frankly, I'm on the borderline. You know, I'm not quite Melvin. You know what I'm saying? I've always been the guy. But now I'm clocking out, literally. You know, not losing patience to the point where I feel like I got to put hands on people or it's going to get to that type of physical thing. I'm not at that point. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm at the point now where things, I don't know if I'm going through a moment in age, but I'm allowing things to bother me that once they start bothering me, they have a real effect versus if I just let it be what it is, it won't have any effect because it's not powerful. You feel what I'm saying? It's not powerful if you just don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't pay it any attention. But I think I used to say this to people who would intentionally try to make me mad. And I was self-taught on this. My granny didn't teach me. My mama didn't teach me. Nobody really taught me this, how to approach certain things. But on this point, but I used to say to myself, bro, I ain't even mad at you for what you did, what you saying or what you making up or what you talking about. I ain't even mad at that. You know what I'm more mad at? I would say this to myself. I wouldn't even tell them. I'm mad at the fact that you doing some shit just to make me mad. Anybody ever had that feeling? Like, I'm not mad at the dumb stuff that you're saying, you're doing. I'm not even mad at the fact that you look like a fool trying to make me angry. I'm mad at the fact that you're purposely trying to piss me off or you're purposely trying to damage me. Now that makes me mad. So I guess they win either way, right? I guess that the agitators, I guess that kind of makes them win either way, because you're either gonna get mad at the shit they doing or you're gonna get mad because they trying to do some shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, I got to do better. I've gone all these years. You know, that's what kept me out of trouble. What kept me out of trouble was always remembering what my granny told me. Vengeance is not yours. I don't even know what it says in the Bible. I just believe her and I remember it that way. Vengeance is the Lord's. Vengeance is not yours. So some people probably did me a certain way, did all of us a certain way. And if you believe things like it ain't my place to pay you back, then those people, they probably thought they got over on you. Because I know they got over on me, because it ain't nothing for them to try to come back and do the same shit because I didn't do anything about it. I used to say to the Lord at night, Lord, when you gonna pay that, you know what, back? I'm tired of waiting for the payback for him or her, whoever it is. I had, this is what developed me as a man, is I believe religion is a moral compass. It's been a moral compass for me. I don't need a lot of convincing of there's a Lord, there's a God. I don't need all of that. You only got to tell me once and I get it, because I tend to store it in my mind and use it when it's necessary. I use it as a moral and a principle compass. I've had some people do me certain ways in the city, up in Cincinnati. And it be people that y'all really think are respectable, nice people. I don't even say nothing about it. I might say something about it, but I don't say anything about them. And I'm like, I cannot believe people think that this mug. I just can't believe they think that that person is all of that. Like, I can't believe that. If you seen them without the cameras on or without the microphone on them or something to that nature, you'll be like, damn, he just or she just as messed up as the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? So I've I just go by my granny and I just be like, look, vengeance is not mine. And this has nothing to do with anything in particular or what just happened today or nothing like that, fam. This is just for all the times that anything has happened to any of us. And it's always somebody. Sometimes it's people that you really, really want in your life. You think they're part of what you're trying to do, or you think they part of your process of becoming a better person, or you're trying to help them. That's the worst. The worst is when you reach out. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, Tracy? Tracy, let me ask you something, sis, if you still here. Ain't it the worst one that you do the most help for? That you extend yourself out to and shit don't work out for them the way they needed it to, based on your generosity, and then you end up being the bad guy? They fall out with you somewhere down the line. You be like, damn, I was there for you. I didn't do anything to you but try to help you. And now all of a sudden, what? So you basically only wanted me or needed me for what you need in life, not for what's good for the two of us. That was not to benefit me at all. That was just simply for you. I used to always say this to the little league guys. I used to mentor some little league baseball players. I would go to practice, and the coach would always use me to say, hey, because I was a shortstop. So I was that's an infielder for those that don't follow baseball, that, if you don't know the positions. But I was a guy that got down on the ball. And I showed the kids that the ball, because one of my biggest fears playing baseball as a little kid is I used to always wonder why the baseball had to be a hard ball. Why couldn't it be a tennis ball like we play with in the yards and, in the court? Make it a tennis ball, and I'm going to get them all. I'm going to get everything backhand. I'm letting it hit me. I'm doing it all. Then I learned the ball ain't going to kill me. I had to learn that if you want to be good, you got to be good first, and then great comes. In order to be great, you got to tackle all your fears. Coach Craig always told me that down the way. He said, Randy, you're a good ball player. You're not a great ball player. You're scared of the ball. You can't be afraid of the ball. The ball is the game. If you're afraid of the ball, you're afraid of the game. I said, well, what do I need to do? He said, take control of the ball. Don't let the ball play you. Play the ball. Catch it on a bounce. Catch it on a hop. He was just teaching me how to play the ball instead of letting the ball play me. It's funny how sports prepare you for life. I'm just saying. It's so funny. Now, Coach Craig told me, don't let the ball play you. So I had to watch Dave Concepcion as a kid and Joe Morgan, the infielders. I would watch them, and they always was down in front of the ball, and they would let the ball come. But here's the difference. They had AstroTurf down at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. We had grass with rocks, and we didn't even have grass infields. We had just dirt infields with Pepsi bottles and rocks in there. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn how to not let the ball play me, but me play the ball. And I had to learn how to let the ball hit me sometime. The ball ain't gonna kill me. And every time I faced that fear, I got better and better at playing the ball. You see what I'm saying? And all I'm saying to you is I got real good at playing the people that tried to play me. Sometimes you let them play you. Yeah, you let people do what they do because there is something in it for you. You let people get you. Donna, hadn't you let somebody play you before and you knew it was coming? Or maybe not Donna. Donna might not have done no shit like that. Donna was a fighter growing up. But no, what I'm saying to you is this. Maybe she got past that in life. I don't know. But all I'm saying to you is this. Sometimes I allow people to do me a certain way, and I let them do me that way because that was the exit. That was an exit between you and I. Like, if you play me, now I got a reason. And I ain't got to make shit up. I don't have to make anything up why we ain't going to do business together. You already know. Now you know I ain't going to loan you $50 because you still owe me $50. Now I know this is my last $50 that I'm giving you. That's in my mind because I know I ain't going to get it back. He didn't schedule or she didn't schedule the date. I'm going to give it to you on my third paycheck. That fall on February the 8th. I'll probably be getting that check about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I could probably I'll be in the car at 2:15. I'll be riding up Reading Road about 2:22. I'll be right at your office. It'll probably be about 2:31 in the afternoon, and I'm going to give you your money. I know you're not coming. I gave you that last 50 so I don't have to be bothered with you anymore. I got off cheap. I gave you that last 50 so I don't have to be bothered with you anymore. $20, whatever it might be. We all done been there. We all have been there. And if you've never been there, what's my world famous quote? if you ain't never been there, then you've been the one that's been doing that shit to people. Right? Most people that I know on this platform are generous people. I didn't say everybody. Don't think that I'm food out here, okay? But the majority of people that I see on this platform are generous, loving people, okay? And I know how generous, loving people get dealt with and treated out here. I know the type of time they own, and I know how people do you. See what I'm saying? So I can relate. You know, you can relate to what I'm saying right now because of our experiences. And it never stops. It never stops. The only time it's going to stop is when you become that old individual that just don't take it anymore. You're not even bothered by nonsense anymore. I'm getting there. I don't even allow the things that I know people are intentionally trying to do to me, or, you know, I'm sure you the same way. I don't allow it to get to me anymore. The best game is to just act like, you know, it's to ignore you. That's just me. And it's not really a game. It's really kindness, to be honest with you. Because most people that are trying to get a reaction out of you, they're trying to get a certain reaction out of you, because if they're putting effort to get a reaction out of you, they have to say something. Based on what they say, that determines what type of reaction I think they're going for. Think about it. Some people think you slow to the beat. I'm like, I know what kind of reaction you're trying to get out of me just by the comment that you're making, the statement that you just made to me. I know what you want me, where you want me mentally to be. I can't let you win. I can't let you win. I'm talking about out here at work, you know, in the office, at home, your kids, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, whatever. You got to stay a couple steps ahead of these guys and these girls out here. You know what I mean? Because some people, and it be some of the closest people, they don't want to see you doing better than them. And I don't mean like financially. It ain't always financially. You know, there's a lot of people that are miserable, have everything that you would want in life, not what they want. They have everything in life that you would want. See, we get caught up into that guy got the world by the balls. She got everything. She got the Gucci's bags, the Louis bags. She wear nice clothes. She got her nails done all the time. She be on that one kind of time. She well kept, this and this and that. But you know what? Mentally, she may be broke. Mentally, she just might be stressed out. She don't even like how she's getting those things. And it go for men too. I'm just talking in general. That's what I've learned in my old age. I'm gonna land the plane here. I generally let people pick the horse. But when you pick your horse, if I'm not your horse, I take it personal. If I reach out to you and what you and I do or what we say, it don't work out, it's respectable. Okay? It's respectable. I ain't got no problem with that. None of us should, because what do we always say here? What's up, Steph? What's up, Princess Flower? What do I always say here? What do we say here? Never force yourself on anybody. You're begging for them to use you up. You're begging for them to not do you right. Never force yourself. Ladies, I know you've done it. Guys, we do it all the time. We do it all the time. That's why we end up in the positions that we end up in. We end up with a girl that we worked really, really hard for, but we worked really, really hard for her for all the wrong things. She sold us on something that she's not. Okay, ladies, y'all face the same thing. You allowed yourself to open up to a dude that is nowhere near what he sold himself to be to you. We all been there. We all been there. Matter of fact, I got a clip. I'm gonna show this clip. Can somebody remind me to show the clip? I don't watch. There's this show. Y'all seen that little show called Pop the Balloon, right? I've criticized the show right here on the platform before by saying I don't watch that. It's kind of, I can get it. I get it. It's entertaining to some people. I get it. It could be entertaining. Like I've seen it a couple times, not the whole show, but you know how they put the clips on Facebook or social media. I've seen some of those clips and I'll be like, oh yeah, that was cute. That was cool. I get it. That was funny. But I couldn't see myself watching an entire show. I don't even know. Does it come out as a show or is it just those clips? I really don't know how it's put out there. I've only seen it one type of way. But I'm going to show you a clip today of one of the shows. And I just seen it today. It's probably been out forever. I don't know. But I just seen it today. And it explains. Let me tell you what I titled it. I titled it, Pop the Balloon. She just don't get it. It's about a girl, a woman that's on there who's dressed a certain way. And the guys are popping the balloon. Now, this is a nice looking little girl. She's a nice looking woman. She got on the yoga pants, fellas. She got on the half cut shirt. She got the nice hair and shit. She paid a lot of money for that hair. I mean, her hairdo and all that. She paid a lot of money for the outfit. It's designer. But she just don't understand. And I think there's a lesson in what she don't understand. And I need my women, I need my sisters, I need all the people, the females on Wyatt Live. Some of y'all gonna be way ahead of this story. Y'all gonna totally get it. But some of you are probably gonna be just like her. And y'all gonna be like, I don't get it. I just don't understand why men feel that way, think like that. Well, I think if you hear it more from men, you might learn how men thinking. I just don't understand why women always want to listen to women about some shit. Y'all don't know. If you knew, you wouldn't be going through so much shit. Get you a male friend. Get you somebody like me on the show that'll talk about it and keep it 100 with you. Or get you somebody, you grew up with. I got plenty of female friends I grew up with. And we just be like, yeah. Remember sister whooped your ass around the fence, and we would crack up laughing, and we buddies. That is just, I've never dated in my life any of my little girlfriends from down the way or the Fae. Ask them. Princess Flower. You know what I'm saying? We from the sandbox. Donna. That's my aunt. That's kind of weird. She's not my real aunt, but she's auntie to me. She's my best friend's aunt. So, we all family when you get to that, when it's that close. But I'm just saying, some women need to hear what y'all need to hear. Y'all need to hear it from men, not a man that's trying to take advantage of you. I heard on another clip, I didn't bring this clip, but it was this lady on I think it was, whose show was that? It was on Anton Daniels out of Detroit, young brother out of Detroit. He was showing a clip of a lady who was talking about if you can't afford me, date a woman you can afford. And I'm like, I agreed with everything that sister was saying, but he is, he's going to counter what she's talking about. But she was talking about, hey, if you can't afford me, then don't date me. Don't, get you a woman in your tax bracket that fits your tax bracket. I can't agree with her anymore. She's absolutely right. But what's funny is people that generally think that way be the most miserable people in relationships. Y'all can have nice cribs, boats, 4-car garages, have all the things that make everything seem great. But that mental is all the way toe up. Y'all done been together for 15 years, 10 years and can't stand one another. Y'all tolerate each other because now you're stuck in an agreement. You know what I'm saying? You're stuck in an agreement. You're stuck where I can't live this lifestyle if I don't have this girl. I can't have this lifestyle if I don't have this man. You didn't find each other the right way. You found each other for the things that served your purpose for the moment. That's the way I've seen a lot of things go down. That's why, I mean, I'm not a fan of divorce, but I certainly understand it, because what happens is the first time could have been an accident, not an accident. It could have been a mistake. It could have been one of those live and learn type of situations. But if I seen two people, like my brother-in-law, remarried, after he had been married probably about 10 years. Yeah, they were together about 10 years. And he went and found him another woman. And of course, I ain't gonna say this too loud. I can't say it too loud. Of course, he was dirt. He was some shit around. When you got all these sister-in-laws, he ain't shit no more. But when he was in the family, he was sliced bread. He was the best thing rolling since Cadillacs on Vogues. You know what I'm saying? Best motherfucker, got the best job. Oh my God, he the best. But as soon as they broke up, he wasn't shit all over. He wasn't shit. But me and him still cool. I'm just gonna be cool with you. We might not hang because I don't want to go through the bullshit, but we're still cool. That all being said, he divorced, found him another woman. He has a better understanding of the commitment of marriage at this point. He know what to build with someone. He know if he wants somebody now who likes to go out, who don't like to go out, who like to walk in the park, who don't want to walk in the park. See, when you young and meet, you young and fun. You together for the fun. You together for the other shit. You're not arranging the shit. Shit is happening. When you get older and meet someone, you have a better understanding. You start working off of a blueprint. You feel me? You just start working off, okay, this is what we gonna do. We got this to work on, that to work on. We're gonna buy a vacation home. We're gonna do this, because this is all the stuff I've ever wanted in life. That's why I keep telling these men, like, I know some dime ass black women out here that y'all looking over, bro, like they are freaking, bruh. If you want to build you some shit, you got to go get her. I'm telling you, you better go get her. They don't listen. They just want to hit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I shouldn't say it that way. I think they're burned out of the commitment. The long-term relationships kind of put some guys in a position where they just be like, I ain't doing this shit no more. That's a lot of guys. Women, you're looking for that person to build with, but you're looking for somebody who ain't ready to build yet. I know that sounds so easy, so simple, and I said the obvious, but I think it's real. Okay, I mean, it's realer than you think, because when I show you this clip of this lady who's on the Pop the Balloon, and I can't believe that I'm using Pop the Balloon in my show as an example of how what women don't understand and what women don't get. Y'all might want to tag some people. You might want to tag some people, because I'm trying to not talk about a bunch of the other stuff that we generally talk about. I'm going to leave that to the soldier boys. I'm going to leave that to them, because I'm going to keep, people be wanting to know what they want to know, and then they ignore what they want to ignore. I'm tired of being a certain type of person in the room talking to people that just don't want to. They just don't want to. No matter how you slap them with the facts, no matter how you slap them with the truth, no matter what's sitting right in front of them in broad daylight, they will constantly come up with an excuse. They will constantly come up with a reason why they are the way they are, and the way things are is the way they are. It's always them over there. It's always their fault. In fact, the change is sitting right in front of you. You just won't accept the change. You just won't accept it. Damn it, I still use Heinz ketchup. That Heinz ketchup, I can't stay away from it. That's what my mama bought. That's what my granny bought. My mama bought. Damn it, I'm going to get Heinz. I ain't even going to try no other shit. I ain't even going to try red flour. I ain't going to try no other ketchup. Fuck it, I won't even give it a chance. When I go in Kroger or Publix, I buy the Heinz. Damn it, my mom and them taught me how to eat Heinz. That's it. That's what I like is Heinz. Y'all do know that they don't use Heinz on all the hamburgers and all the shit that you're eating in these restaurants. They use different ketchups. And it's probably some of the best burgers you've ever had. See, it's kind of hidden. The truth is always in broad daylight. It's always right out there in broad daylight. It really is. The problem is the truth is hard to adapt. It's hard to keep. It's hard to say, if that's the truth, then I've been lied to. If it's the truth, then I've been believing this forever. And I believe that that's the way that happened. And that's the way that, and if that didn't happen and that happened and that developed that kind of way, oh my God, then that mean the other shit I've been thinking and been talking about, oh no, ain't no way. That's a lie. Vernon Jordan said, I'm a Hunt's ketchup person myself. Hey, I can't call you VJ. That don't sound good, Vernon. I'm gonna call you V Jordan. V Jordan. VJ ain't gonna happen, bro. I'm good at making up names. That ain't it. What's up, Hosh Greg? I can't do that one, bro. Peace and love to you, but that VJ, I can't. You understand? Sorry, but yeah, we're stuck in our ways, whether it's beliefs or ketchup. Feel me? It's all the same. It's a mental exercise that we do that strengthens our mental capacities, and sometimes we just get stuck there, and we cool with it. And then there's so many reinforcers to the shit. There's so many reinforcers. You know how many women hear from other women, there ain't no good men out here? You know how long they've been hearing that? You know how long that exercise mind has heard that? And then when that woman wouldn't know a good man if he was standing in front of her with two flashlights pointing in his face. She don't trust men because of her experiences with men. I get it. She don't trust men. It's not that there ain't no good men. You got a problem. You have a problem because of a bad selection. Whether it was your fault it didn't work out or his fault, it don't matter. The next man, give the same opportunity. Drop the guard. Now, I don't mean just drop the guard completely. Drop the guard of what you went through on that other person. Open yourself up to be able to be loved. Try that. That's all I'm saying. Open yourself up to be loved. You'll be surprised. But now, don't drop that guard, ladies, unless you get him the right way. Don't drop that guard unless you get that man the right way. If you attract him a certain way, you're going to have to be that way to keep him. My granny used to always tell me, same way you got her, same way you're going to lose her. Feel me? If you love her at the beginning, if you catch her with love, if you're doing things to love her and you love and you love and love, as soon as your love game slack off, you're going to lose that woman. If you get her in a lust kind of way, lustful, if you only after her because she's beautiful from the waist and from the neck on down and blah, 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 you probably gonna lose her that way as well, because you can't keep on just doing what you think you're doing so great to this woman. Then the love, the emotion and all that shit is out. You think if you just pounding right, if you hitting right, that you're gonna keep her. I don't think, see, men and women love different, ladies. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. Men don't know that. Men think we got you. What they call that shit? What do they call it? Damn, I'm drawing a blank. What do they call it when you? Tell me that. They think they get sprung a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They think they got you. Somebody gonna put it in the screen. One of my kind of two's gonna put it in there. But it's not true. You can lose a woman emotionally. And no matter how good the sex is, she's just using you for the sex. She's not there, though. She's not there mentally. So what I was going to say was this. Depending on how you catch this woman, fellas, I really should be talking to the ladies on this. I really should be talking, not necessarily obsessed, twin, but I really should be talking to the ladies about this, because the clip that I'm going to play, I'm trying to read some of these comments too. The clip that I'm trying to play, Kevin B. Phillips, what's up, bro? Congratulations to your daughter. I'm about to get to my point. I want to let him know. I want to welcome him. I want to welcome Kevin B. Phillips and his daughters to the Ohio State Buckeye family, to the Buckeye family. My daughter moves in on the 16th of next month, Kevin B. I'll get you my daughter's information. Let them connect. Let them have each other's phone numbers. So it's always good to have someone that, you know, that you can connect to up on campus. And they don't have to be the best of friends. But my daughter is new at Ohio State. You know, my one just graduated from Ohio State, but my youngest is going up there for med school. So, and your daughter is there her first year. So, you know, it's always good for people to have affiliations and people that they know. So let's get together in the, you know, DM. We'll get it. We'll get it. You know, it's just, you know what I'm saying, bro. Babies away from home, they need people, they need good people around them. I know you're a good breed, you're a good family, you know, you got good people, you know, her mother's good people, yourself, you know what I'm saying? So we have to rely on one another to keep our babies safe. So whatever you need from me, I'm here for you, and I would hope the same. All right, so the clip that I have is really for ladies to try to understand. It's really for ladies to try to understand. If you guys don't mind, before I play the clip, two things I need to do. Kevin B said, I can't wait to get home and tell my daughter, rich friend daughter is going to Ohio State as well. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. But we are family now. We've been family, but we Buckeye family. We Buckeye family. And, you know, like I said, you know, we all need somewhere to, you know, daughter might need somebody to talk to. They may be struggling, you know what I mean? Away from home, studying, trying to get in the right circles. You know, it's not and I don't want to scare you, brother. We both on the same boat here, okay? We survived it. We survived it with the first daughter, right? But I'm just gonna let you know, bro. You probably know this already. That campus is dangerous. Most college campuses around this country, public, you know, state school colleges, they're usually right around the hood. You know what I'm saying? They right around the hood, and a lot of them aren't. The areas aren't safe. So, like I said, we'll connect those girls. We'll connect them. They'll have someone to call and talk to, or if something happened, bang, go over there. See, back in our day, they go Kathy Rogers. They go my girl. That's one of them, like I told you, my first friend ever in life, first female friend. But back in our day, remember you could knock on the door. Some of y'all probably still do this shit. I don't know in 2025 if we could do this, but back in the day, you could knock on your neighbor's door and borrow a cup of sugar. Do they still do that shit today? I don't know. I think it would be odd and weird and all that. But I grew up in the days where you can knock on the door. Can I, we need to borrow a cup of sugar. You know what I'm saying? Or can we, we need a couple free pieces of bread. I don't know if they do that shit anymore. I don't know. But I know they probably don't. I know they don't. Yeah, Ed, UC campus is very dangerous as well. Same level. They're pretty much the same. You don't hear a lot about those because the city of Cincinnati and Columbus have the same mentality of these, I don't want to say fake data, but they love to do these data informational pullouts to the public to make it seem like certain things or what certain ways. And it's all bullshit to me, to be honest. As a father, that's something that I look for when my daughter was going to college. My wife and I, we would just look at the crime statistics, and generally, to be honest with you, some of the highest, some of the most expensive schools have some of the most dangerous areas. Ohio State's probably about 40,000. What is it, Kevin? About 42,000 a year, depending on how I don't know what you're in, but my daughter about to drop $500,000 up there in 6 years for medical school. So, and you got to live like that. All these car break-ins and shit. It's not just happening in Cincinnati. This is a thing that's going on across the nation. Cincinnati don't feel like it's just you. A lot of these cities are birthing and breeding the same type of kids. It's not just Cincinnati. This shit is happening almost in every city that had, that's made up the way Cincinnati's made up. I'm saying it the nice way. Your leaders are your leaders, and they have the same agendas across this country. Let me just say this. I promise you, I'm going to get to the phone and I'm going to get to this video. I don't want to hear anybody in the Cincinnati area bitch and complain about police. You know why? Because you've had it the way you wanted it for all these years now. I know this is where I'm about to lose everybody. Kevin B, you used to send me DMs like you about to lose a few. I'm about to lose a few for this 30-second preach that I'm going to give, sermon that I'm going to give. You didn't have it for years the way you wanted it. You didn't have it for years. Reduce police. Don't have police policing your people, your kids. Cut the police down a little bit. Then now the police don't want to work anymore. They don't want to apprehend people. They don't want to chase people. They don't even want to really do their job. They all can't wait to get up out of there. That's why you have 150 to 200 police shortage. That's why. They don't want to do the job because you don't allow them to do the job. Because as soon as something out of millions of encounters a day, if out of millions of encounters with the police a day in this country, it only take one person to get done wrong, and you think out of millions of encounters that that's just normal practice, and it's bullshit. It is. I'm just being honest with you. I know this ain't what you came here to say. You didn't come here for me to say this, but you got to do the math and look at it. Just do the math. And I'm just going to tell you, I don't want to hear anybody say shit because you didn't had it your way, just like Burger King. You didn't had it your way with this policing thing in the city of Cincinnati all this time. And you getting the statistics, the data that you need for the narrative to fit. Now, how is that working out for you? You think just crime went up overnight? You think car break-ins just start happening? You think that all this shit that you're seeing right now in the city is some new shit? Like all of a sudden it just popped on and it just got crazy out here. My favorite is when they say it's starting to get hot outside and you know heat drive people crazy. No, it don't. It don't drive people crazy. It just bring people outside and they can associate with one another and they just don't get along. The truth of the matter is you got a bunch of people that don't get along. In the wintertime, they just don't see each other as much. Let's keep it 100. Heat ain't got nothing to do with it. Not heat itself. Maybe the fact that people now we in an environment now that people can can socialize with one another, and this is a group of people that got a problem socializing. I've been looking for his ass for about 3 summers now. I finally caught up with him. And then bang, bang, bang. 14-year-olds shooting 15-year-olds, 15-year-olds shooting 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds shooting 18 and 19-year-olds. They just been missing each other. It was wintertime because everybody stayed in the house. Didn't nobody had, that's why. They ain't got nothing to do with heat make them mad. You can hear anything. They'll tell any type of story to make it make sense. I don't want to hear anybody say anything about crime. Here's what I don't want. You can say whatever you want to say about crime. Here's what I don't want you to say. I don't want you to say they putting all this policing in certain areas. They over policing the Black community because that same data that you're looking at right now is coming from, what did the police chief say on the charts, on the graphs yesterday or the day before? It's coming from these 4 selected areas. We're just getting a high pressure of car break-ins, car thefts, and guns, and this and that. Everything that we've been talking about that's been buck wild been coming from 4 neighborhoods. So what did they do? They just put a new task force together. And I don't want to hear all the coming out talking about they over policing our neighborhoods. That's why the statistics show that they incarcerate more Black people than anybody else. No, now the data shows you where they need to start sending more police officers. That's what the data tell you. See, sometimes the stupidity tell on itself. You so caught up on the fact that you want to be, there's a reason why we making bad decisions, when in fact, sometimes it's just, you got a knucklehead ass little dude out here doing all the wrong shit. And then when you get caught up, now we got to come up with a reason of he ain't got nowhere to go. They need to put some CCY jobs out here. He ain't gonna get no CCY job if you offered him time and a half. He a street dude. There's plenty of places for these people, for these dudes to go. They choose not to. They want to be in the streets. Anybody see that nice little clip that Tracy Dillingham put in the Wyatt Live group? The tough streets of Cincinnati, and they doing all this shit across the country, and the little young group came in with their cameras, and it's in the Wyatt Live Messenger group. If you're not part of it, you should join it. She sent that clip in there, and I'm like, yeah, the same people that bitch and complain about the police and all this old shit, they need to watch this, because you taking up for a bunch of motherfuckers that don't really need your help. You helping them continue to be this way. Because the police don't want to have nothing to do with them, because the police are afraid that they're going to wring one of their necks. And they don't have no problem shooting a police officer. They don't have no problem having no smoke with the police. So now they forming a new task force that's going to hit these particular areas. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to be them same folks talking about the reason why they got little Henry, little slick hair ass Ricky up there is because they over policing us. He ain't do nothing. Little Ricky ain't do nothing. Y'all know little Ricky a badass. Y'all know he ain't shit. Y'all know little Ricky up there causing some shit. Little Ricky fighting everybody in the neighborhood. So what's going to happen now is they're going to do these task forces, which is long overdue, but the same people that talk about that police shit, they the ones that got it the way it is right now. I hate to say it, that's just what it is. I love those people. I got love for those people. However, if you don't believe me, watch New York in its governor and its mayor race. Watch how they end up voting, and watch the shit that they vote for, and don't realize they think all that shit that man is talking about free bus, free this, free that. They really think that shit about to change New York for the better. It's going to deplete New York. Businesses will not stay. When businesses don't stay, jobs go away. When jobs go away, crime rises. I don't want to hear anybody talk about anything about crime in the city of Cincinnati, because they're about to put these task force in place to knock off that certain percentage of people out here. And it's all because the only reason why they got to do all these extra things now and you don't have no police officers is because every time something happened, y'all don't have no problem putting it all on the police officers. You don't do that down at the damn hospital. How many surgeries went wrong today? More than they shot people, more than the police shot people. How many surgeries went bad in the ER? I mean, in the operating room. How many dysfunctional lawyers set up a bad deal, playing games in the court system, setting up little deals on the side with prosecutors? How many of them went bad today? You don't know. The easiest one is the police. That's the easiest one to get some traction off of. That's the easiest one. Easy targets. Last point, I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it again. I don't want to hear anybody get mad at the fact that the Cincinnati Police Department had to now form, I don't know what the crew looked like, eight cops or something like that, from different districts to now hit these 4 or 5 stressed areas of crime. The city brought it on itself. The city brought it on itself that they can't hire police officers. Now they got to bribe them. Now they got to give them so much extra money. They doing the same thing Chicago doing. That's exactly what they doing. So just remember, and here's the other thing. I ain't trying to get all like that one kind of way, but the truth of the matter is this. What we've been saying here for 5 years, 99 days now, okay? People just now starting to talk about it. Not us. They're starting to talk about the things we've been talking about for 5 years, 99 days, and they are getting so much traction that people are starting to reach out to them. Yeah, I mean, it's like they don't want to. Is it me? Let's just be honest. It must be me. Is it the messenger, AP? Ed Talbert? Is it the messenger? Is it me? Is it if certain people in the community who has been the prominent leaders of the community start saying certain things, then the followers, the think tank will start going that way? Is that what it is? Is it the fact that I just hadn't been thinking that way or thinking their way from the beginning? And now that you kind of have to see things the way I've been talking about, is it that, no, we can't let that motherfucker be right. Can't let what he been saying be right. Just somebody tell me. Maybe it's just I'm not a likable dude. Maybe it's just I'm not the right person for these messages. Maybe that's what it is. I won't take it personal. Matter of fact, I'll just keep my comments to myself of the people that I see coming. I reached out to some people that's been talking like I've been talking for 5 years. They just now starting to come out. They getting so much traction, and the world that they live in is, yeah, that's right, bro. We don't get that love over here. That's okay. Let me tell you why. Because the same people that's reaching out to them now talking about, yeah, that's what's up, bro. Yeah, that's what's up. Those are the same ones. Those are the same ones that actually validate the bullshit that's going on in the city. He just don't see it yet. He don't see it. Y'all remember, y'all know who I'm talking about. Some of you know, because y'all know I put a message out one day and was like, just give it some time, bro. You talking too real. You telling the truth about their leaders. Their leaders got certain black people in line to keep the black community off their ass. Soon as you show up talking that truth shit, you're going to be just like me. They only going to concentrate. If they can't flip you to be one of them, they ain't fucking with you long. You're not part of the agenda, bro. That ain't what they want people to think. They can't move the needle with people like you. I actually like you. That's why I reached out to you. But once they see that you're going to attack or tell the truth, not attack, because attacking somebody, that's tough. I figure when you get attacked, it must be some malice involved, okay? But when you tell the truth about somebody, I don't know if that's necessarily an attack. You see what I'm saying? But watch what happened. I said it didn't I say it about 2-3 weeks ago? I said, oh, brother gonna come out. He gonna do a show. He gonna do his thing. And look at who attaching themselves. You know, if you look at who trying to get him. I reached out to everybody. Emmanuel, he the only one that really was like, yeah, bro. That's why I ain't got nothing bad to say about E. Because we don't agree on half the shit we talk, more than half. We probably an 80-20 split. 80% of the shit we disagree on, 20% we agree. But we still cool. But at the same time, we're not gonna fall out because of our disagreements or our difference of opinions on certain things. I don't see that ever happening. But at the same time, there are a large group of people who you could tell them that water is wet. It has to be said by certain people. You sure water wet? Let me make sure. Wyatt told us water is wet. Well, it's wet on Tuesdays. Sometimes it all depends on the temperature. I mean, they just won't. Kevin B. Phillips, you've been here since almost day one, bro. Have I fallen off my points? Have I fallen off my stand? Have I not been here saying the same shit? And here we are where we are with the crime, what it is. I've been told y'all got y'all leaders. You got everybody you want. Now what? They ain't going to fix your kids. They ain't going to make your schools any better. All they got for you is the excuse of, well, we can't get nothing done because the Republicans are running the house. That's bullshit, bro. You don't need no Republicans to fix your neighborhood. You don't need the Republicans to make your kids get A's and B's in school. You don't need no Republicans nor Democrats to fix your schools up where your kids are understanding that school is important. When did politicians stand in the way or when did they start making us a priority? Let me go to the phone lines, man, before I play this clip because he's been on hold for a while. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
Hey, man, this is Cincinnati King CK talking to Randall Wyatt, another king of the city. How you doing, brother?
CK, how you doing today, bro? What's on your mind?
Man, I had to update you, man, because man, you broke my heart when you thought I was trolling. Y'all say, man, come on, Wyatt.
I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. I apologize, but you know you play too much sometimes.
Yeah, you right though. You right.
Play too
Because
damn
like
much
you said,
sometimes. So
I can't play with you like that. But this
no.
what happened, man. You know how life goes, man. She had a doctor's appointment at
See?
10, and
Yeah, see?
her and her friend took her to the doctor.
Stop
I got
lying.
acquainted.
Her and her friend was at the casino.
Nah, you know ain't no casinos down there in Decatur, man. They ain't even got casinos like that.
They went to Mississippi. They got on the boat. Stop playing.
Nah, you know she's 73. She heard it. She had a little fall.
I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I was just
Yeah,
playing.
yeah.
I was just playing. I'm glad.
No,
it put me in a better mood.
No, but I understood. I just wanted to talk to you because you know you, like you said, you was understanding whether you could connect.
Yeah,
because you know,
you just put
like
me in
you
the
said,
best
you haven't
mood.
been through that, but that time it did go bad. You said you went through it that day.
Yeah. But you know what, bro? It's funny because I was in a bad mood before you called. You just put me in a better mood, bro. Because mom, okay, right?
Hell yeah!
There you go. God is good.
Man, people like you, man. But I was. You said the truth. You just made a statement while I was on hold about the truth. You said the truth cannot be considered an attack, and I said, "Oh, I'm about to attack them on that point." And I wanted to hear your genius on this.
Okay.
So if I call with your mistress on the phone to out you about cheating on your wife, and is that an attack, or you saying that's not an attack? Like if I had your mistress on the phone, she was like, "Hey, Wyatt, remember me?" You saying that's not an attack?
Well, that's an off guard ass question, but I don't see the truth ever as being an attack. So if I'm doing something wrong and something's going on, say that mistress is your daughter and you found out, and I'm just saying, because we definitely playing, high in 2020. If that was your daughter and I was doing your daughter wrong by lying to her and saying that, she didn't know that there was a marriage involved, and you knew me, but you didn't know I was messing with your daughter or something like that. You see what I'm saying, bro? And you was trying to connect things, and you was trying to tell your daughter who I was, what I was. I ain't shit, this and this and that. And she didn't believe you, and y'all got on the phone and put me on blast. That's not an attack. That's not an attack.
The truth. So, okay, you said it can't be an attack. Can the truth be considered disrespect?
I don't think the truth is ever disrespectful. That's just my opinion. I think there's a disrespectful way of telling the truth. Okay.
Right.
You can sit back and cuss somebody out and be telling them the truth, but that's not good to do. You know what I'm saying? I told you not to put your hand on the motherfucking stove. That's your dumb up. See, that's how a lot of us got treated as kids, as we were told the truth disrespectfully, and it hurts us a little bit,
Or what about when you walk up to somebody and just call them fat? That's it seems disrespectful.
But it's disrespectful. You're telling the truth, but it's disrespectful.
Right.
I mean, the truth don't have to be disrespectful, but I believe that it's not an attack.
And see, this is the situation. It'd be like everything is all good. I was just using a hypothetical, but just saying a husband that's cheating on his wife, it'd be okay. Now you beefing with this guy, and this guy know your info, so he drops he lets out the beans. See what I mean? It could be all type of scenarios why things get leaked.
Yeah.
And a lot of time the well runs dry, like in the Cassie situation.
Yeah.
She's going, I want you to realize that she went with the physical trainer. This physical trainer he's definitely on a Mount Rushmore pitch, but he did good. Marrying Cassie, getting her married, and coming through with this court case is phenomenal. So you locked up the guy, her ex-boyfriend, and you got his money. Oh my God, he must be the greatest.
I'm a little lost. You talking about the husband?
The husband of Cassie is the greatest. He probably orchestrated the whole thing from the beginning. Think how he made the connection with Cassie. Man, you know he shouldn't. If you was mine, I'd let him nobody touch you. Just think about that. Why? Go into your genius brain and think how he made the connection with Cassie.
Well, I don't know if that man was responsible for the things that Diddy's been accused of. I think Diddy did what he did, and he didn't do what he didn't do everything. I'm starting to see that certain charges are starting to be not necessarily dismissed, but being removed from the, from the charges are being removed. But No, Diddy made his own decisions, and he's made that bed. Now there was a lot of exaggeration in some things. However, he's still being held on charges that are probably going to stick. Some of the stuff couldn't be proven because it was hearsay, and the witnesses didn't. The witnesses weren't able to. Probably, I mean, the prosecutor probably said, yeah, you know, this hearsay stuff is not going to go anywhere. Let's just remove this now, so it won't muddy, you know, it won't mess up what we're trying to do. Because when you give the jury too much doubt, that actually works and that works in the benefit of the defense. So as a prosecutor, you want to remove all the things that the jury may see as doubtful.
Yes, and I want you to understand, sir, it's going to be hard to get a conviction because when you look at this situation, it looks like everyday people. They look like freaking swingers. And when you have swingers involved, you have domestic violence, sir. I want you to understand that. Don't think just because you're married to a woman and y'all took vows and y'all having sex with everybody, there's not going to be beatings. It's going to be emotional connection because you still love that woman, Wyatt. So violence comes along with that lifestyle. Because you say you're cool with something you're really not cool with at all times.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I don't know. I don't know that lifestyle. I don't know if I can't imagine a man is jealous if he allows his woman to be involved in a swing club. I don't think jealousy is part of that agenda there. I don't think so.
Oh my God. Think about it. Why? I need you to use your brain, sir.
I'm trying, brother. And my brain tells me.
So I'm saying it's a business acquisition. She's doing that for money. So if she thinks she's emotionally like it, she don't think you. Okay, listen. The connection you have with whoever you have with, right, is y'all connection. If he sees you getting that, every man is a threat. You telling me if your wife is a swinger?
I don't know if swingers swing that way. I'm just saying, I don't know, bro. I don't know that lifestyle, but I can only imagine they probably have more confidence than the average guy. Because number one, I would think what guy wants another dude doing something to his wife or his girlfriend right in front of him? I don't even think insecurity plays a role in those type of relationships.
What?
I don't think. I mean, I think what happens
puffy and insecurity. If you look up the definition on your Google, puffy face is going to get on insecure. Okay, well, he is a star of insecure. Well, do you see how many fights get into? Yeah, you motherfucker! I punch you in your face. He one of you.
Okay, maybe I don't know enough about the swingers' life. I truly don't. Okay, but let me just tell you what I think. My radar, my common sense tells me that the only time somebody would probably be jealous is when it becomes a cheating situation. Mm-hmm. Like if you're in a swingers, I don't know why I'm having this conversation. I'm gonna do my best.
Hold on. So you never had a threesome with women before?
You're getting crazy with it now. Now you getting
real. Well, let me just explain what I have. Well, let me explain. So let me explain what you're talking about. The same thing, a woman. So you ask for two women, and then one of those women would get jealous. So why do you think it's gonna be different in the male world?
What I'm saying,
he's gonna be saying he's cool with it just like her, but when it goes down, and his mind, he might say something to her. Like, you was liking that shit a little too much, man. This is the real deal. I'm giving you the real.
Okay, I appreciate you, teaching me how they do shit over there. But I'm just telling you, like, I'm just saying, my position is this. I don't see how swingers could get jealous in the midst of swinging. However, I could see how swingers might get jealous if some cheating go on. See, it's not cheating if it's consensual and they have an open relationship and they're going into a swingers club and they doing what they do, right? But it's different if she is meeting one of the people y'all rocked with somewhere else and you don't know anything about it and it's being done behind your back. Yeah, you can get mad. There can be some insecurities. There should be a lot of stuff because there's deception going on. With no deception, I don't see where there should be any insecurity. If it's wide open, you see what I'm saying? He's probably.
So you're saying that that's why you see confidence in those guys. You see,
I don't know about
confidence. You can have sex with my wife and you still can't get her. You see that's the type of confidence you see.
Guys, let me just say this for the record to everyone and to CK. I don't think a man loves his woman if he's allowing other men to have sex with her.
I agree 100%.
So when you say
100%,
so when you say he love her and all that old shit, nah, he can't. In my mind, that's how I live. My morals, my principles are: if you setting up your wife to be with somebody else, and y'all, even if you doing another woman, and you don't love your wife if you letting her get hit in front of you and you hitting a woman in front of her. You don't love your woman. You don't that love don't love like that.
Let's go deeper. So do
I
you
can't
love
get
your
no
woman?
deeper than that, bro. Any deeper, we
Hold
on X.
on,
We
one more
on
deeper,
X.
one more deep. So do you love your woman if you cheat on her? Can you love your woman and cheat on her? Yeah, I got him up against the ropes.
I'm not up against the ropes, bro. I'm about to return to serve. What you talking about? I think men and women love different. I think men do impulsive things. Yes, I believe that you can love your wife, you can love your woman, and have sex with another woman. Yeah, I think you can. I know what I just said, but I was talking about in the swingers kind of way.
Right. I got you. And now I was just testing that theory on against the swing, because you're saying if a guy lets another man sleeps with his wife, there is no love. It's you're just saying love, but you really don't feel love.
Now
That's
you can hammer that same question, no pun intended. You can ask that same question to a woman that's cheated on her man, and she'll say, of course I love my man, but I had a moment. My mental was such and such. We was having some hard times. The person that I ended up being with was somebody in the past, and they caught me at a vulnerable spot. Things can happen like that. I think that's probably, and this is going to sound ridiculous, ladies. I don't know. I don't speak for women. I'm just going to try to make a little bit of sense. Okay. I think, CK, that's probably why women who can accept or who have accepted their man cheating is because they see it a little bit different than the man who actually cheated. They can accept it. I don't think they deal with it as well as men do, but they can accept it because they understand. I think they can understand the stepping out of the relationship more so than a man. Most men.
Oh my God, we can't handle it. We cannot. I'm thinking about not getting sick to my stomach.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. See, most men, if they found out their woman cheated on them, they let them go. Women will stick around for months on top of months and see if this shit gonna work out. And they'll get on your nerve and remind you about it for the next 5 years of your life. They'll do that. They call that getting past it and getting over it, when in fact they're not over it, because it becomes a living hell. But at the same time, most men, I got people that I know, guys that I know, that found out their woman was cheating, and that was the end of it. He don't even mess with her no more. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't have that same mental of being able to say, well, it was probably me that forced her to go that way. That's why women always tend to blame themselves when men step out.
And then you got to understand, ain't nothing worse
wait a
than
minute,
losing.
CK, I got to clean that up. It sound bad when I said what I just said.
Okay.
I didn't mean women blame themselves when men step out, but internally, in their mind somewhere, they always ask themselves, well, what did I do wrong? I do everything. I cook, I clean, I watch the kids. I do everything right. See, that's really that's a cry out for them of what did they do? That's them putting it on them at a certain point, not at the beginning.
Now you remember me. You got to remember, Wyatt, you're currently married. I'm formerly married. There's a difference. There's a wife and an ex-wife. I have the ex. So remember, when you are sleeping with your wife in the bed and no freakiness is happening for days, weeks, months, years, the truth is in the pudding, Wyatt. Your thoughts?
I have no words for that. I don't know what you just said.
I'm just trying to tell you, if me and my wife are sleeping in the same freaking bed and we're not having sexual relations, the truth is in the pudding.
Okay.
That's about as show as groceries.
I'm assuming you're thinking that she's doing something or you're doing something on the side.
I mean, what's your thought? We just sleeping together. We not having sex.
I don't know.
This is the end. I'm telling you, you're currently. You don't watch the whole movie. You're currently. I'm formerly. This is why I'm formerly. I'm giving you the end of the Tubi movie. Okay. But I mean, this is how it ended, sir.
Okay.
When you have to keep the sparks and all that stuff going. You still got to take your wife on dates. You still got to do it, Wyatt.
I hear
Don't never let nothing get old. You got to keep that off.
Right. You're right. But you keep shifting gears on me, bro. You keep going so.
What? We both from Cincinnati. I know you from down the way, so you more sophisticated than me. You acting like, man, I'm from Avondale, man. You said we got
No,
time.
I'm just saying, bro, you shifting gears. 1 minute they in the bed, 1 minute they at the demo. In a minute, we gonna be at the strip club. But I gotta go, CK. I appreciate you calling, man. I'm glad that
Yes,
mom is good,
sir.
bro. I'm
Hey,
glad.
I had to let y'all know, man. This was a good call, man. You know, y'all know it's the therapy. I just let y'all into my whole brain. That's how retarded I am. So don't, you know,
Boy,
that's
that is
why
a
I deal
black
with it.
hole.
Thank y'all, man.
That is a black hole right there, boy. You let us in the brain. It's so much room up there that you could go so many places. Damn. I'm just saying, CK. Hey, thanks for the call, man. Nothing but love. I'm
Thanks,
glad
brother.
mom
You
is
take so
good.
much room.
I'm
All right,
glad
brother.
mom is good, bro. I'll holler at you. Woo wee. My goodness. CK is much. CK is a whole lot. I mean, it got crazy. How did we even get? Dude put us in the swingers club. He put us in a lot of shit in that conversation. I don't know. Anyway. Troy says, I'll let y'all into my whole brain is wild. I said there's a black hole up there, bro. It's a whole lot of shit going on up there, bro. He can go in all kind of back rooms in his head, bro. I'm just saying. Jabbar Rose says, please let me out your brain, please. Imagine being the guy that got to kind of navigate through all that shit. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to navigate through all that shit. I don't know, man. CK good. I'm glad Mom Dukes is good, bro. I'm glad she's good to go, man. I appreciate you calling and letting us know. Mama had a doctor's appointment. I think that's one of the things I even said, like, bro, she probably went to the doctor. Then I tried to have fun and play with him a little bit. Like, hey, man, you know she at the casino, bro. I said that yesterday. I'm glad she's okay. I'm glad the outcome is where it needs to be. Now, he can focus on what he need to focus on. He need to get focused. He need to get out of the gutter of what he was talking about. I don't even know why those questions were even posed. I don't get it. That had nothing to do with the shit I was talking about. But leave it up to CK. He said, let me ask you a question. When CK come on and say, let me ask you a question, I already know we about to do a whole nother brand new type of a show. We about to do a whole different topic, whole different thing. I'm going to give an opinion on something that I was not prepared for. That's just CK. He's Cincinnati King. All right. So back to where I was with this. The pop balloon video. Can we go there with it? It's not going to be as juicy as what CK was talking about. It's going to become a little bit more. I'm going to put my training wheels on this one and try to speak from a perspective of a man and say, hey, ladies, and the training wheels go on to the ladies. Some ladies are going to be way ahead of this. All right. They're going to be like, oh my God, nah, no, I ain't going to tell you why you're saying that. I'm going to let you be there with it if you're there with it. But the fact of, one of the big reasons why women end up with bad guys is because of their own choice. He didn't turn bad. He's always been bad. You made him. They gonna hate me, fellas. They gonna hate me for this one, fellas. I promise you. You made him a bad guy. You made him pretend to be a good guy for all the reasons. For all the wrong reasons. Because guys lie. We know women don't lie. But guys match that energy. And I'm going to tell you something, ladies. My hand to God. You get what you advertise for. If you run a business, and you have, and most businesses that are running on a high level, most of them run about 75% of their revenue goes back into marketing. Do you understand that? I don't know if people get into that, but most companies that are at a high level run back about 75% of their revenue go into marketing. And I'm talking large companies, some of the largest companies in the country, because they understand the importance of keeping the customer's eye. Let me just say, I got Coca-Cola right here. This is what I drink in my cup, right? sometimes, and sometimes it's sweet tea. Do you really think Coca-Cola has to run an advertisement for me to go buy Coke? Do you really think that Coca-Cola got to put Michael Jordan, LeBron James, or Tyler Perry on a commercial for me to go get Coke that I've been drinking for 40 years? Do you think they running advertisements to get new customers? They're not. But they generally spend 75% of their revenue in marketing. They don't have to run a commercial during Super Bowl. Shit, I got Coke in my hand right now. You don't have to advertise. I got Coke and Doritos right here in my hand while the Super Bowl is on. No need to advertise to me. I'm a customer. And if you out there, ain't nobody watching the Super Bowl and don't have their shit already there sitting there ready to watch the game. So why do you think it's so important that they advertise to their customers already? Ladies, how you enter a man's life, 75% of how you present yourself, how you market yourself, is the type of customer you're gonna get. You feel me? Anybody feeling that right there so far? So far, so good. This is my logic. You run into certain spaces, you run into certain places, and you find guys in these same places, and you usually get the same mentality, right? That means you in the same environment that you always in, looking for something different. Environment pretty much, raises the mentality of whoever you're looking for. If you go into a library, chances are you're gonna get you a bookworm out of there. If you're trying to find somebody to go out with or whatever, you're gonna find you a bookworm. You go into a club, chances are you're gonna be in there, you're gonna find you a dude in there that's probably okay with a lot of rejection. The shy guy is over at the damn, he's in the library. He don't really shoot shots at women that much. He don't shoot shots. So he's afraid of rejection. The dude in the club practice. He lifting weights. He in the club lifting weights. I don't mean literally. I'm talking about his strength of confidence is strong. You know what made him strong? Failure. He done been told no so many times. Shit, it ain't nothing but a thing. I go on to the next one. Shit, plenty fish in the sea. All that old goofy shit they say. You advertise yourself in that environment. So you're going to pull you something from that environment. I'm going to show you this clip right here, this young lady on Pop the Balloon. Like I said, I don't watch the show. I just happened to see this clip because it fit what I was trying to talk about. And I'm like, this girl don't get it. She just don't get it. And here it is. I'm going to be honest with you. This is a fly-ass little girl, young lady. Like, I think she's beautiful. I don't agree with everything that's going on in this picture. But I'm looking more at the young men. I'm looking at the guys. And the guys are trying to explain to her something that she just don't get. She is marketing herself to a certain crowd. These guys just aren't that crowd. And they're trying to explain to her, he is trying to explain to her what it is, and she just don't get it. So I'm going to run this. Y'all tell me if you understand where this young man is going with it when he's trying to tell this lady, or ladies, or guys. If you on the young ladies team, just be honest and say, yeah, I get it. She right. She on point. Let's just see. Check it out.
Okay.
Why'd you pop?
Man, she a beautiful woman, but I got to be real. I'm gonna call it the play. If I was looking for something for long term, but how you present, I've been a man on two walks.
Mhm.
I've been a man I'm trying to be right now, and I've been a man that's in the world that accept how you present, and how you present will pull out that side of me that you wouldn't want. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I asked you about your clothes. If I asked you to change the thing that you wear, would you be okay with that?
And I would.
And I heard what you said about, I respect so much what you said about, respecting your temple and temple of God.
Hmm.
But at the same time, the temple of God is more than just your temple, it's your mind. And so with your mind, I would have to ask, why would you wear this when you know men with high testosterone? That turns on the side of a man that you don't want from a man. You understand what I'm saying?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I need a confident man. I need a man that understands that I can wear Poochie,
Yeah.
okay? Because this is Poochie, honey. This is designer. This is YSL. This is
Can I
Chanel.
say something?
And I can wear designer outfits. And
You
if
can.
I was being, I put a top over it to kind of
Right.
not have it just
No.
like,
You beautiful. Listen, you beautiful, love,
yeah.
but Poochie gonna make him want the coochie. But you gonna want him to want your person, love.
Yeah, but he can want the coochie. But if he makes it past the mind,
Okay.
he can get the coochie. Because just because I may present this way, and
I got you.
that's the problem with men. Men like to judge a book by its cover instead of reading it.
I mean, but if it look like a sex story, I'm gonna think it's a sex story, love.
But when you talk to her, you're gonna know she's not a sex story. And when you don't hit, you're gonna know she's not easy. And
But
when I
why-
make you work for it, you're gonna know that it's worth working for.
Why would you present like this? What would be your purpose? Because you're a beautiful woman. We know you got curves. You could have put something that wrapped around you. We still know it's there.
That's not me.
I got you. I respect that.
That's not me.
I respect it.
So Adobe just really
They don't get it, do they? She fine as hell. I ain't gonna lie. But now let's just be honest. This is exactly the problem. See, you know what she's doing? She's a beautiful woman. I'm gonna say what it is. I don't know what Poochie is. I don't know what that shit is. I don't follow designer like that. I still wear polo. Shit, I've been wearing polo since the 3rd grade. I don't know Poochie, Oochie, Gucci. I do know what Gucci is, but I don't know what Poochie is. I don't know what that shit is. I don't know. I'm assuming it must be the fit, like the pants, the stretch pants, the booty short, whatever they are, stretch pants. That's what I'm assuming. Fellas, this is what I'm talking about when women end up with the wrong guy all day long. You know why she's with the wrong guy? How she gonna end up with the wrong guy? She got all these stories. See all that blowback, all that rebuttal she had to what this nice young man who was being very honest with her. See how he was getting all that old tongue, all that old shit, and she gonna end up with a dude, and she gonna have kids, and she ain't gonna be with none of them dudes, because she's asking for a dude to be a liar. Because the young man is absolutely right. She come out there and being judged by what she's looking, what she's wearing, and it makes men want to hit. You're selling. Your 75% of your marketing is your body and your appearance. That's what you're advertising, that you're fun. So now this man is going to say anything he got to say to maybe not this guy because it was on TV, but if she's out in public and she's somewhere where this guy is not being seen, and she's not, it's just them two talking, and then ain't no stage up there, this man gonna spit different. Absolutely gorgeous. He gonna say everything he needs to say to fall in her good grace. When he lying, she's asking for this dude to lie. Fellas, is she not asking for us? Because some of us are going to say whatever we got to say to get just that one shot, right? And then once we get her, she's trying to pretend like she's smart. I'm sorry, I said what I said. She's trying to sell on, well, I'm more intelligent than how I'm dressing. No, you're not. Because if you was intelligent, you wouldn't present yourself the way you presenting yourself. You wouldn't be seen as a toy. You wouldn't present yourself as a toy. You wouldn't want somebody to lust after you. You would come off more of how you want to be seen. If you want to be seen as an intelligent woman, then you should dress as an intelligent woman. But see, this is how women end up in the situations that they end up in. Y'all always come out here thinking that y'all on some fly shit, and what you on is some guy shit. And when you get that guy, he on some lie shit. That's how you end up with he changed. He didn't change. He was always the motherfucker that you never knew. You didn't know him. He was lying to you because you 75%ed yourself as something that you weren't. Maybe you were that. Maybe you cool with dudes coming at you because you got a fat donkey donk and all that old goofy shit, and you wearing Poochie and all that. Maybe you cool with that and you want that type of attention. Well, let me fill you in on something, ladies. When you get men that want a woman who's attracting that type of attention, you're getting a man that's pretty much occupied and pays attention to all that type of shit. You're never going to be the one. Never. When you come out looking like Instagram, you're just a live version of what they see every day, all day. He's never going to be all the way real, 100 honest with you. Never. And I know ladies ain't gonna want to hear this. They're gonna think I'm going in on them. But the truth of the matter is, this is why you end up with a dude that you call a liar. He ain't shit. He don't do nothing for his kids. That motherfucker. He don't like you. He liked the 75% that you was advertising. That's what he like. He don't like you. That's why y'all don't get along. Y'all had a kid because he might like what y'all like doing that shit, but he don't like you. He liked your Super Bowl ad. I should have said Super Bowl ass, but you get it. He don't like you. So stop blaming men talking about ain't no good men out here. No. Advertise yourself as you want to be treated and advertise yourself as how you want your man to respect you. That's what you do. You out here putting yourself in the face of men that love asses and all that. You ain't the only ass out here, girl. He gonna say whatever he got to say to get that ass. And then once he get that ass, yeah, okay, he might even keep on lying for a little bit longer. But that's how the shit work. And we all know it worked that way. Somebody just need to say the shit out loud. I just can't keep letting the fellas take all the blame for the bullshit because of these bad relationships or these fatherless ass sons. It's not always the guy's fault that you advertised yourself the way you advertise yourself, ladies. Then you get all older and shit and realize how things really want to be. And now you done had babies with your 75% ads with dudes that ain't shit. And then a good guy come along and now he don't really want you. Because you've been dealing with them one kind of dudes. Let me go to the phone line. This shall be interesting. Good afternoon, caller. This is Wyatt. Who am I speaking with?
What's up, Blair?
Hey, what's going on? Twin, what's good, bro?
I can't call it, man.
What's wrong, man?
I'm good. I'm good.
You sure?
Good, man. Yeah. Just woke up. Listen to you and everything. But I'm good, man.
Twin, can I ask you a question, bro? Did you hear what I just said about ladies advertising themselves a certain way? Did you hear that?
That's every day.
Okay.
Advertising, yeah, that's every day.
Let's can we be 100? Can I ask you a couple questions, bro? Nah, he said be nosy. Yeah, can I be nosy for a second?
Go ahead.
You have a couple baby mamas, right?
Yeah.
How did they advertise themselves to you, bro? Now they might not have seen you coming. They might not have seen you coming.
My first son, I'm 45, she 50, I think. 51, one of them. So man, it was let me see how I want to take this. I think I was a freshman, she was a senior. And she got ain't no BBLs back in the day on that time. Okay. It's natural for her. So I was thirsty, me young, and I was thirsty.
This was in high school? You said this was in high school? You said you was a freshman?
Yeah, high school. Okay. Yeah, I was a freshman, she was a senior.
Okay.
And so she already had a banging backside and everything.
We got that part, twin. We know she had a fat ass. Go ahead.
So I was thirsty, and I said, I got to get that. One thing led to another and all that, but when we used to go skating and all that, and she always used to be on the dance floor and all that, and that ass used to shake, and I'm like, damn. She got a buff of the body, and I was like, and then She didn't like. She knows she had it back there, but she wasn't like, oh, any nigga can get it. She wasn't advertising out there. But I always told her, I said, you know, you hear the ass. It seems like you just want to throw that ass at everybody. Tell them, no, it ain't like that. It's just natural. If you look, you just look. Well, guess what? I'm looking. I got to put one up in. So you ain't doing nothing. So, you know, one thing led to another.
That's
But-
all it took, huh? I got to put one in you. Damn, you smooth with it, twin. You smooth.
Man, hey, I tell you, I keep it real, man. You know, I used to
Okay.
play games all
I
the
can
time
imagine.
until I got hurt.
My God.
And that's a hurt feeling, man. You know, you thought you the man on top of everything. That go for any game. You think you the shit, that thing. And man, when that one girl hit you, and that all the things you've been through, and you thought you was a player for life, it never can be touched.
Okay.
The done one, and they hit you. It hit you. It's over with. So
Right.
yeah.
So how did
never-
she advertise? I mean, was she wearing tight pants and showing that she was really holding back there and all that? She was letting the world see that things
It's natural. She was born with it. Her
Okay.
people think bone, and it's in Mississippi, man.
Okay.
You know, I
What
think
about
them
baby
people down
number? What
south
about
here,
baby mama number 2? Without a long story, I'm just
that's
saying.
number one.
I say, what about number 2 though? Did she advertise that she was holding?
No,
and all
she
that?
was very quiet. She was she was always college girl and everything, and nurse and all that. So she was real quiet.
Okay.
She said, when I got 2 kids by her, and I went through, she said, you messed me up, and let me be real with you and honest. And you know, I don't want people. I'm expressing myself. You asked me a question, right?
I know, bro.
That's
what I like
I
about
don't
you.
want, you know how people say, man, you this and I'm twin, man, and I'm a man, and you ask me, and I'm, you know,
Just tell the truth. You lied to them to get what you needed out of all of them, right? You just lied because that's what men do. We do that because when women have something that we want, we'll do whatever we need to do to get it.
No, I was chasing this. That second baseman, I was after her. She was too quiet.
Yeah, I
And
know.
she
and
wouldn't give me a chance a day.
Were
I
you
said, "I'ma
not?
get you."
Were you not pretending to be somebody else? I mean, you know your name and all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, were you coming off? Were you well mannered and doing shit? The second one that was real quiet, was she more of a house girl?
She knew what I was doing. She rung my name in the street. She heard everything about.
Okay,
Plus,
then
I
she
know her
was
people and stuff.
gaming too. Then she was gaming. She knew what she was getting into. Most of them do know what they're getting into.
Yeah, she kind of knew. She knew what I was about and everything. But she didn't go. It was hard getting her. She wouldn't go for nothing. Say, hey, I'll take it. Let's go
You
shopping.
just had to get creative with the lies. The lies had to be a little bit better, right?
Man, she knew what I was about.
I know, but they eventually the lies worked.
And then
right?
she finally gave in.
Right.
Her mama hated that Wyatt. Ooh, she hated me.
I bet that mama
Especially
did.
when I got her pregnant. Oh my God, she hated me, man.
Ooh, I know. I can imagine.
Man, then I said, what I got to do to get this lady in love? And she wouldn't go. Why? What he doing on the porch? What he doing? He bringing some diapers or something? He better drop it off and just leave. Oh.
Yeah.
So I had to go through the whole
Mama know
ringer
you
with that.
lied. Mama know you lied to her baby. Mama know that.
Yeah, that was her baby girl too, and you know, man, I kind of hurt her and her mama, and you know, I regret it sometimes, and I tried to fix it, but man, that fix it flat was too late, man. It was still leaking, man. That was too late, right? And once too late, and you keep trying and ain't no go, give up,
fix
man.
it flat.
I got away, and I mean,
use that
it
shit
was
right
hard,
there, that
Wyatt,
fix
and
it
I
flat.
told her what was going on. I said my blessing in Cincinnati and this and that and all that. And I said, hey, I got an indictment. I might got to go to the joint. I said, when I get out or whatever, want to work it out, we can. I'm in Cincinnati, so I can't stay here. I said, if I stay here, I said, more charges going to be brought against me.
Here come that talk. Here come Penitentiary Diary. We already know that shit coming.
Hey, player,
I'm just saying. I asked you if you lied to the girls. You on now? Here come. I was in cell CD and shit.
Yeah, of course you got allowed to get what you want.
I get it.
Yeah, you got to pump fake out there to get what you want. You can't come in and then sit down there, especially a nice girl too. Trying to mess up your career, girl. Trying to have fun. But she wasn't going. Yeah. Now the rest of them, you know, third one I played with, and you know, it was like one night stand type, but we knew each other, but things happened because me and my baby mama going through situation. Then I got the other two down here.
Wow.
So I work it out with all of them, and you know, some of them love twins, some of them still don't. But you know, I'm happy where I'm with now. Right? That's all that now.
Well,
you know, I'm happy we've been together. You know, five past 6 years, and going through losing our daughter together. And, God bless us with a beautiful boy, baby boy. And, I can't complain, man.
Okay.
And
All right.
we
Well,
was,
we were
going
kind of
through.
going on.
I
We
was
were going on
engaged,
the.
and,
We were going to the. We were kind of swaying in the direction of women who kind of.
yeah, that popped the balloon I just saw is she thirsty, man.
She's
She
thirsty.
thirsty, and yeah,
Well, maybe she's looking for a certain type of guy, though.
you ain't looking for no certain type of guy wearing no Yogi Bear picnic basket suit she got on, man. Go on with that. You
Well,
got a BBL, you fake, and
well, we
everything,
don't know. We don't know
everything
if she had a
about her,
BB.
she
We
fake.
don't
How you
know.
go?
Hold
I'm just
on. Let me
looking for
see.
a good, yeah, go find them on Christian.com or something. Or let's mingle. Ain't no good. It's some good guys out here, but the game over, man.
But do
Sometimes it's
you
hard out here.
understand what the guy is trying to tell her, twin? My goodness, do you like? I'm putting a picture up of a young lady. Do you understand that he's trying to tell her that if you advertise yourself to be, to look, if you look this way, I say she's asking the dude, she's pretty much begging these guys to lie to her because a dude will say anything in order to experience and have that moment with her. And I think this is the problem with some of our young ladies is they feel like in order to capture you, they have to sell themselves as being like the fun or the sexual. You're selling sex here. You're advertising sex here when you wear real tight fitting clothes. And now
Right.
she's expecting this man or these men lined up. She's expecting them to be wondering what's in her brain. They just trying to reach her brain. They ain't trying to figure out what's in her brain like that. You feel me?
Yeah, right. If I was standing on her side right now, that girl that you just showed, young lady just showed on your podcast, if I was standing her next to her right now, I would look her up and down, read her mind, and see what she is. See, I don't.
Oh, that's the old twin. That's the old man
Yeah,
twin like me.
I would read her mind and
20
see what
years
she
ago,
is.
you wouldn't be reading shit but the lies that you didn't told the other baby mamas. You'll hit her
No,
with the same lines and all type of shit. You'll be lying to her, just like most
no,
men.
she, my first baby mom damn near thick as her, or a little small. My baby mom just got a big butt. But her right there, she looking for, it's an advertisement for her. She
Okay,
wants, she out there if she walk around, she go get the looks and she go to club or restaurant, she go look
right.
because
But
she
this is the same.
advertising
This is
herself,
the
man.
same
And then
girl.
people go. I'm sitting at the table like, damn, me and my guy, and who that shorty is? And hey man, I'm about to holler at her.
Yeah.
And how you doing,
And
little
this is the
mama? And
same young
it's up to
lady.
her.
This is the same young
She
lady
choosing.
that will say that men ain't shit because
Yeah,
she's
yeah, she
actually
look like the
attracting
type.
an ain't shit ass dude.
Yeah, she look there how you present yourself. Yeah, look how you dress. You got the big dumb fake booty, and you out there with that picnic basket suit on, and yeah, you want somebody. You
I mean,
choose.
if
You
you
want
look at this
somebody.
picture, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to put
I'm
the
looking
whole.
at the
Wait a minute.
picture.
I'm trying to put some things in perspective. She make that purse look like a damn it a pocket chain, like a quarter holder. You see how, bro? Look at that purse. That
I
purse.
look at it. That's why the first thing I look. I looked up from head to toe. I'm like, yeah, I'm going up, and I looked at the fupa right there in front of her. And then I look at the backside, and then the way she looking
Yeah, that
and
purse.
everything, her body like, I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
She
you know,
lucky.
you ever had a, when you wear some dress pants or guys wear pants, ladies that have two pockets. There's a pocket, the big pocket on the side of you, and then there's a small pocket inside of the pocket.
Yeah.
All right. That purse looks like that small pocket inside of our pocket.
Yeah.
That's how
Right.
you know what I mean? So
Right.
all I'm saying to you ladies is this. Take it from twin. This lady right here is asking for a story. She's going to be telling a story one day about how men aren't shit. Okay, she's going to have a baby daddy and he's going to not be anything, and she's going to tell her girlfriends, all the ones that feel the same way and do the same shit, they're going to have the same story. And she's probably and unfortunately, she's probably going to be one of those that are raising the son or raising the daughter by herself. I hate to say it that way, but this is what the problem is right here. I try to go hard for my sisters, for women, period. I do try to go hard, but I am not going to continuously let y'all sit back and say, ain't no good men out here. You
Exactly.
ask for men, twin, They've been asking you to lie to their ass for years
Right.
because they put it in front of you and you gonna say whatever you have to say. This young
Yeah.
man is sitting here, Twin, trying to tell her. Some people say they didn't see the video, so I'm gonna play it again when you hang up, Twin. But this young man is trying to tell this lady something, and she refuses to listen because she's going to be right. That's probably a lot of the problem right there too. She has to be right. Is it because she's embarrassed? She's probably as smart as she thinks she is. She might be, because remember she said, you don't know, it's me in my head. See, once you get to know me, you'll see that I'm smart. Well, I don't think he really cares how smart you are. And I just don't think it's you know, a smart guy don't want you. A smart guy don't want her. That is not wifey material. We already know that. And that's when you start. Look, I know every woman. I got to say this so you can see my face. I know every woman out there on this platform, not in the world, because some of them know I ain't no wifey material. But there's a lot of women that watch this show, a lot of intelligent women. I can tell by their comments when you make comments, your personality. And the majority of the women on this platform are wifey material, just by their responses of what people say, and especially when Twin come on, because him and his baby mama conflicts and shit. I can tell the caliber of women that watch this show. And I'm just going to tell you that the majority of women who watch this show are wifey material, but I don't think that y'all out there dressing like this and saying that men aren't shit. Okay, let's just say that, put that on. I don't know how many of you are coming out here. Now, I don't have to put you in a pantsuit or something like that. You can wear a nice, respectable sundress. You can wear a nice, respectable, short set or something like that. Show a little bit of leg and this and this and that. I get it. But when you're 75% selling yourself as a toy, as provocative, as stuff like that, generally, those are the men that you're going to get. It's what I've been saying about the internet, like this social media shit. When you put yourself on social media as the fun girl, here come all the bad guys. Here come the guys that want the fun girl. Mr. Right ain't coming right now. It's Mr. Right now who's coming for your ass. That's all I got to say. Close that out for me, Twin. I got to move on. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just saw the big deal that run through 2036 with the Bengals. Did you see that?
Yeah, I haven't. Look, I heard about the deal being done. I don't know the specifics of the deal. So I'll wait once I get an opportunity to see the pros and the cons.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a prediction. I'll make a prediction without even seeing it. You've seen it, though, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at it down on that.
Okay,
on
I'm going to make a
ESPN.
prediction. I'm going to make a prediction. I kind of knew that the Bengals weren't going anywhere, okay? But at the same time, my prediction, and this is not a stab or a snab at anybody. Y'all take it how you want to take it. I don't think anything changed. You see what I'm saying? I don't think that the citizens or taxpayers of Hamilton County getting anything more than what they already were getting. I think that it is what it is. I think people do what they do to do what they do. But I think it's out. If you telling me that this is a better deal and they should be proud of it without even seeing it. Now, you know what? I want to be a liar. Not really, but I want to not be telling the truth here. I don't want it to be right what I'm saying. But I seriously doubt that a lot has changed. Okay. And it might be a temporary. Is it a long-term deal?
Yes, it runs to it looked like he said 2036.
Okay.
2036.
It's in Cincinnati.com. You know, when I'm down here, I only get my information from Cincinnati.com.
Okay.
All right. I just think
go ahead.
Yeah,
for swingers and all that, man, you just don't, you doing that, man, you just don't have no respect and love for your girl. So that swingers and all that is crazy, man. Because I stepped into one, but I ain't do nothing. Engaged. But I went to it and I'm like, man, what? That was my first time, Wyatt, and I was shocked. I was like, ain't no way. That's not a damn girl.
What were you thinking? You went into a swingers club on purpose. What the hell you thought?
It was at somebody's house.
Okay, same thing. Okay,
but I didn't know. That was my first time engaging. I mean, not engaging, but seeing something like that, and it was shocking to me. And I'm like, man, it's like this.
Oh, you didn't know.
Sir.
You didn't know. Look, bro,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you and tell you okay, look, I seen a Gary Owens episode. He does this stand-up comedy and he has these little clips that come on, and I'm cool with Gary because he's actually from the Cincinnati area, and we were training at the same gym. He loves boxing, right? So we cool and we stay in touch occasionally. He's a superstar though, so it ain't like that. But look, he had a story about it. He walked in the swingers club, but he eventually start telling the truth about he knew. At first he didn't know. Now all of a sudden it was like, well, I kind of knew, but I didn't know what was going on in there. I don't understand people that say that they went into a swingers club or a swinger spot and they try to act all brand new like they don't know how shit going down in there.
I didn't know that. I'm telling you the truth. What are you talking about? I didn't know.
You didn't know what?
No, I didn't know it was a swingers party.
Now,
let
me say something about
and
that.
then I got to one point. I'm like, hey,
let me say something
somebody
about
else girl. Then
let me say something about that. Hold on.
I see this girl. And
hold on, twin.
Man, I was like, what the hell is this?
No, twin. Let me tell you something about that culture of swingers. They're not shy about what they do. They don't trick people.
I know that.
They don't trick people to come. They very upfront and honest about what's going on in them, in them rooms and in them buildings. They very upfront and honest. All right. Now, Gary tried to act like he didn't know that he was going. And I can say this because we cool. And he came out finally because he's not married anymore. Well, he is now, but he wasn't married when this was going on. But he finally said, yeah, me and my buddy went in there. You know what I'm saying? We went in there, man. But most swing clubs, you go in knowing what you're going into because they don't really want no drama. They don't want people to explode and disrupt what's going on in there. So they very open about their lifestyles. They're not trying to trick nobody to come in there.
All right, 30 seconds. Hey, I think Duke coming home. I think it's time served P. Diddy, man.
Okay, well,
just looking at the case and them feds, which man, they dropped a lot of, striking point as jail time. They dropped a lot of charges, but
all I'll say is
this. When I said, man, this ain't nothing but sex and orgies, whatever he was doing. That's all it's about, man. He say, she say. And the white folks tried to slam him.
Where do y'all get this thing? Wait a minute, hold on. Where do you get this thing that the feds don't drop charges? Who told you that?
Some of them charges they dropped.
I know, but you said it like it's unusual for the feds to drop charges on people.
The ones that they was really after and broadcasting, the ones they really want to hit them with the RICO and all that. Some of them charges, the main charges being dropped.
I know, but
the ones they was after.
I know, but I'm saying people are saying, I don't know if you maybe you're not one of them, but a lot of people are saying this as if like the feds never drop charges in a case during trial. They do it all the time. And
sometimes if they want the main charges, like say for instance the RICO Act with R. Kelly and all that, they stuck it to him. That was the main charge they was after him, man. Diddy, they'll think they dropping his. Because he mess with one person.
Yeah. Let me just say this, because I don't want him to. Look, I don't want anybody to go to jail that's not guilty. Okay, I don't care if he go to jail or not. He's not like sufficient in my life. I mean, I could do without Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I don't listen to his music. All I'll say is this, bro. If it turns out that these charges are all what we call it bogus, then of course I'm going to look at this whole thing as a smear campaign. If it gets to the point where none of this stuff is sticking, which is very unusual with the
dude,
feds.
you know what? To be honest, dude said the same thing you said, man.
Who?
On what was on one of them podcasts yesterday I was listening to, and one of the news reporters said the same thing.
Look,
this ain't nothing but publicity and all that, just stunting on people and just to hype the room up. That's all it. You can't go to jail for just ask for no ass.
Well, there are certain. Look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I understand. Trafficking, human trafficking does not mean that you're like selling people like dope. Human trafficking is crossing state lines. Selling. Prostitution. People might think that it's stealing somebody. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily that. You can voluntarily be a prostitute and be going across state lines and being
Remember
trafficked.
Darren Sharpton did that play for the Saints? Remember he did
Yeah.
that from California to
Yeah. I mean, so
remember
so
that?
it's
He got
just
what,
enough.
18 years?
Right. It's kind of like one of those things. It's a high trumped up ass charge
Yeah.
for prostitution, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
that all being said, the way that they put it out to the public, it pretty much, they made him look so guilty. But we didn't have any
You
of
just
the,
look at it, one person, all that, taking some ass and black baby oil, and it ain't even no case, man.
well, I
Ain't
don't know.
no
You
case.
can't really say that until you hear. Did you hear that? First of all, it's a federal case, so they don't allow cameras in the courtroom. So we really only relying on third-party information when the news people come out. I really don't trust.
Well, why you ain't go to the police? I look at it like this: we're in a new era. You should have went to the police. He doing all this, and y'all heard backstory from Cosby and what
Well,
R.
first of
Kelly
all-
did and all that. Why y'all ain't go? Yeah, this ain't nothing but a money grab. Me Too ass movement. Get the
Right,
insurance
but-
paper and let's go. That white boy got in that girl
Twin,
here.
you gotta
we can
understand,
make some
bro.
money off of this.
You
And
gotta-
she ran with it.
Twin, you would be surprised with some power. You know, money is power in this country.
What you think they doing now, man?
Well, wait a
I
minute.
go,
Can
man,
I
they
get
doing it on the hood.
Well,
Right now, you see
asked
what
the
they doing in
question-
Chicago,
you
man.
asked the question why they didn't go to the police. These people that are so-called
Man.
victims, right? You don't know what opportunities they seen or that they felt. Look, bro, that is a cold ass business. It is cold out there when you burn the wrong bridges. And Diddy is a very influential person in the music game. If he's to put your career, look at those making the band and all those people, Destiny, what's the girl group and all. He put a lot of people on the shelf. A lot of his artists went broke. A lot of people that dealt with him in business.
You can't manipulate a damn woman, Wyatt. That's one thing.
yes,
you know, man, you can't manipulate no damn woman.
Oh my
Get
God.
the hell out of here with that,
Twin,
man.
you do it all the time.
Get up out of here with that, man. You can't never do that to no
Twin,
woman.
how
A
many
woman
baby
think
mamas
10
do you
times
have?
stronger than her. Go on with that, Wyatt.
How many
A
baby
woman,
Twin,
what?
how many baby
What?
mamas do you have?
That don't mean
Well,
nothing.
it do. I'm about to make a point. I'm not trying to
That
make
don't
it.
mean nothing. They could have said no.
No.
But they went along.
But you know
Go
why they
on
went
head
along?
on, man.
You know
Go
why
on
they,
head on.
You know why they went along?
Why?
You manipulated them.
No, I did.
Okay.
They said I'm gonna take a chance.
You know your slick Chicago talking ass put everything in their head they needed to be able to say, I'm gonna give him a chance. Just like what you said.
Man, you can't do that to a woman. It's up to her, man.
Okay, Twin.
It's up to her going, man. You can't do that. Woman think too strong for us, man.
What?
What's a woman think too hard for way stronger than a man?
When you start thinking that way, when did you start thinking that a woman is too smart to fall for your shit?
Man, if a woman, man,
you sound crazy as hell. You sound crazy.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna leave you off with this, player.
Okay, go ahead.
That monkey is stronger than a mug. You go out here right now and Wyatt, and you've been a wife 10 years, 2 months, whatever. I'm leaving you. What the fuck you mean you leaving me? No, you ain't. We can't be together. Man, he gonna kill you, the dog, kids, and all that. Come on, man.
Who gonna do that?
Man, the guy, man. Some guys, I don't know what they were doing today, but back then, man,
I ain't killing shit.
It's a new movement today, but back then, man, they'd choke the hell out of you, man. Stalk your job and all that. Come on, Wyatt.
Bruh,
man, that monkey powerful, man.
It ain't that powerful.
Man, it ain't now, but back then, Wyatt, that monkey was powerful.
It ain't never been
Somehow leave with somebody. Yeah, I'm gonna kill you in that myth.
All I'm saying to you is, I ain't never gonna end me by ending somebody else. That ain't gonna never. I don't put nobody ahead of my life. Nobody.
Well, you say that now until you get in that.
Oh, you don't think I've been in positions? You don't think I've been in positions in my life where I felt like somebody did me so bad that I should have been? You wasn't here at the beginning of the show.
Man, you go 20, 30 years in investment and she do this to you as and all you did for her and all that, and man, you don't know what you're capable of doing.
But you got to understand.
I understand a whole lot, but I put investment in you,
breaking down what you just said. Whenever a man who's committed to a woman and they share things and do things together and build together, I've never done something for her. She's never done something for me. We've done things together. You see what I'm saying? So I will never say what all I've done for her, because the same sacrifices that I've made with her, she's made for me. So if she was to do something, or if I was to do, you know, I'm not suggesting that everybody has the same moral compass of how they handle they, you know, conflict resolution, how they handle their problems. I'm just saying, bro, I ain't never gonna drive off the cliff and my wife on the passenger side. I'm gonna drive off a cliff to kill her. No, I have to recognize I'm in the driver's seat. I'm gonna kill myself too. I'm not gonna do that. If
I'm just saying, man, that monkey is proud. Just think about it. Why you been through it? Be like, hey, baby, you know, let's make love tonight, whatever. He's on that monkey. And stuff. She say no. What? And it been 2 or 3 days go by, week go by. She still, man, you about to, man,
well, the first thing come to my
keep on
mind.
sliding them,
You want to know
throwing
the
them
truth?
legs
You
and
want to know
stuff,
the
trying to
truth,
throw
twin?
that booty on me.
You want to know the truth about that?
Well,
the first
what?
thing that would come to my mind, if that was the case, if that happened to me, is I would say, what did I do? I had to have done something wrong. I've done something for that type of situation to happen. And then that's when I have to figure out what the hell I done done wrong.
That's true, because I love makeup sex, man. The best sex ever, man. But it is what it is. I don't know why.
All right, twin, I gotta go, bro. I'm at the top. I'm at the top. I gotta go, man. Number love. Thanks for engaging with us. All right, bye-bye. That was Twin, your local gangster in Cincinnati up there. Twin gonna die for the monkey, he said. Man, I'm gonna drive him up off the cliff. Shit, she don't want to give me none. I'm about to kill this bitch. What? Y'all be crashing out over shit? I'm not doing it. Bro, I didn't have my opportunity. Listen, Kelly Griffin, thank you, sis. Back in the day, she taught me like none of these girls. Nobody, Randy, no matter who you with, no matter how life get, none of these women, none of these girls, she was telling me, girls, y'all know Kelly from down the way. That's my big sis. People used to think me and Kelly was kicking it. I'm like, y'all don't know. Like, this is like sis to me. And I mean, like, big sis, because she really had me in projection. She knew that I was a good person, and she would keep them type away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I worked with her, ran other dudes be coming by here to see her. She just waiting for the right one, and nah, don't mess with that. Or, you know, it was one of them type of things, man, where, you know, and then she had her little people that she was dealing with every once in a while. And I'd be like, nah, that's my dude. And I know him from such and such. I don't know, sis, you on your own on that one. Me and Ghost was cool. Her brother, like, Ghost used to come down. Ghost bought me my first, now y'all know Ghost from down the way. Ghost bought me my first baseball glove. So like now I gotta see him as a big brother. Everybody know Ghost from down the way he was out, you know, street, but they had a good family. Ghost bought me my first baseball glove. And shit, from that, it didn't come from my father, no uncles or no shit. I got mine. My first baseball glove came from a dude that was like, this street shit, bro. Nah, Lil Rand, nah. You a baseball dude, bro. Whatever you need, I got you. See, how could you not? You know what I'm saying? That's family to me. And then his sister looked out like other shit, you know what I'm saying? As we got older, she became more of my friend. Ghost didn't pay me no attention. Feel me? Like, he ain't pay me no attention. He doing that. But sis is taking care of me in other areas to keep me out of certain traps. You know, like, no, don't mess with her. Don't do this. Don't do that. So it was like, you know, we just had a unit. We were a family, that village joint back then. You feel me? Like, it was, so I didn't like, you know, that Ghost ignored me because he was popular. He was streets. And you know how that is, guys. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But he was one of those guys that'll just be like, nah, you go do that. Coach Craig, I told Coach Craig, you're going to be at practice. Like all that type. I mean, I think we missing that. Y'all better go to Wyatt Live, the messenger group, and watch that video. I forgot who dropped that video. These street boys different. It is nothing to be proud of. These street dudes way different. They leadership is leading them in a burning building. They street shit out here these days. These guys, I don't know how y'all defend this shit. I don't know why y'all don't want the police on their ass. I don't know how you would even want your grandmother, your mother, your aunts, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins living around that shit. They treat pit bulls better than they treat people. Now, you think I'm bullshitting? Watch that video. And that's why I can't stand when people be on that defense shit of this nonsense. I can't stand it. It's sick to my stomach because we from that and it ain't nothing like it used to be. And then you got people out here that's protesting for people that are abusive to others. When they get their day, y'all go to bat for these cats. I'm like, wow, this shit is crazy. It's absolutely bonkers to me. This dude out here beating women ass, dragging women down the street. Nobody in the community is dragging him, but when the police come drag his ass, everybody want to stand up and say they treating the black man wrong. He ain't got no problem grabbing a woman that got half her hair hanging out because half of it is pent in, and he's dragging her down the street and bitch and all this old disrespectful shit. But he's earned the respect of the community. And for y'all that don't know that this shit is happening, yeah, I'm just making it up. You better ask somebody. I'm not making it up. This is real shit. Go watch the video. It's a video that some young people who are, I don't know what I guess they're not TikTokers, but they're YouTubers. And they're talking about cities, inner cities of different cities. And Cincinnati is listed in there. And they got the I don't know if it's the mean streets of Cincinnati. I don't know what it is, but they're doing a documentary and they actually allow these kids to sit down like the dudes on the street are out there talking to them. Only thing they bleeping out is them sitting there smoking the weed. They don't want to show the weed because I'm sure they would get tagged on YouTube. But they sitting here telling you. And they got pit bulls and shit, Rottweilers and all this around them. Talking to the women crazy. And this is a way of life. And it's become so normal because guess what? Police don't want to mess with them. Because as soon as they get in front of the police, they treat the police like shit and they instigate a situation. Most of the time it's all chill because they know that they can go to jail. Police ain't going to just let you do whatever. But when it comes to something that might become to get to a confrontational spot, the police really don't want no smoke. Y'all can sit here. I know the videos pop up all day long. But I done seen plenty of police officers trying to calm shit down, talk to people. And by the time the camera show on, they didn't push this cop to the edge. He didn't call for backup because they surrounded him. They doing shit. And now it's escalated. And here come the pop-up videos. And look at how they do us. And y'all ain't even seen the whole thing. You ain't even seen the whole thing. You take a segment of a whole situation. And I tell you what, I'd like to hear somebody that defend that shit. I'd like to ask you, when was the last time you walked on Clark? When's the last time your ass been down on Liberty? When's the last time you walked through over the Rhine? A block. From Finley Market up to the church. 4 blocks. When's the last time you did that? It ain't normal. It's not normal. And you know what? That's why get mad at me or whatever you want to say. I don't respect people that defend shit like that. I really don't. You can be mad at me all you want to. I don't respect it. I don't respect dudes that disrespect the women, the girls, and got them girls out here with low self-esteem. These girls out here fighting in the middle of the street, half perm, half pushed in hair, all that old shit. That's not respectable. And when you go to Wyatt Live Messenger group, pull that video up. I forgot who sent it to us, but respect to those that, let me see, I can tell you who sent it just out of the pop. Let me just say it. Who sent that? Oh, Tracy Dillingham. Thanks, sis. I appreciate that. It is Inside Cincinnati's Most Dangerous Block. OTR Hood vlog on YouTube. It's in the Wyatt Live Messenger group. Go check it out. Now, I don't want to see anybody upset. I'll finish the program on this. I don't want to see anyone upset when that special unit that the Cincinnati Police Department is putting together, this new task force, and they're hitting those 5 bad areas. They got the data shows this is where the crime coming from. Now, I know for years you've been convinced that the reason why crime rates are so high in these particular parts of the town or parts of the city is because they're over-policed. That's what you've been told. If you keep the police in those areas, they'll catch you for jaywalking. They'll just give you a ticket for anything. They'll catch you smoking weed. They'll just do anything. They over-police in our areas and our neighborhoods, and that's why we always in this court system. No. If they sent 200 police officers into Mason, they're going to catch the same amount of crime that they catch in Mason. They don't have corner stores in Mason like that type shit that you see in our neighborhoods. Just go watch the video and tell me if you go to the suburbs. I'm not suggesting that there's no dope in the suburbs. There's nobody getting high in the suburbs. I'm not suggesting that. It's just a different move. It's just different. But you got the data. This is the data that they've been manipulating to tell you that crime is down, and they ain't doing nothing but stealing guns out of the car. If they can't get a gun out of the car, they leave it alone. That's foolishness, okay? That's just to make it seem like that the people that got guns in their cars are people who's supposed to have guns or who are allowed to have guns. That just put the blame on them. How you gonna blame a motherfucker who can literally have a gun legally? You're gonna blame them that a thief stole their gun, and it's their fault that we got thieves out here that's stealing people's property. So if somebody break in my house tonight, knock on wood, it's my fault because I left a window unlocked. Or I left my porch door. Maybe the pool, maybe they broke into the pool house or some shit because I left the door open. It's my fault. It may not be safe to leave your door open, but that just because you left your door unlocked doesn't mean that's an invitation to come in and break into my house. That's ridiculous. We never blame the real person. We always want to blame, and that's just foolish to me. I'll take it for whatever it is. What's that, Jerica? Jerica said, it's irresponsible to leave a firearm in your vehicle. Why? Why? Let me ask you something. If you go to dinner in a high crime area, would you rather somebody take that gun into the restaurant with them, Jerica? I'm just curious. I don't disagree. I'm just asking why. If you have a gun is for protection, right? So if people get carjacked, and a gun is not meant to go everywhere. So if you're carrying your gun out with you for protection because you have to drive through neighborhoods to get where you're going, if you leave your gun in your car because you won't need it in the restaurant you're going to the Phoenix, and then valet come get your car and they put it in the valet section at the parking lot, and some thieves come do some violating things. How is that wrong on your part? You can't take guns in all buildings. Some places don't allow. If you drive your car to the casino, you can't take a gun into the casino, but you better have protection when you get there. What if you win 10 grand that night and you take 10,000 out your pocket and people casing you in the casino? That's happened. People get robbed from the casino. They don't get robbed in the parking lot. They caught them young kids years ago that was watching people get paid at the gate in the casino. They would follow them to the garage and follow them home and rob them at home. Or get them pulled over or something and rob them out on the street. If I have my gun, more likely I can protect myself. But you can't, if you have a permit or whatever, not all buildings allow you to carry your gun inside. No, what we need to focus on, what's irresponsible about guns are people who steal them or use them improperly. That's the only irresponsible thing. Now, let's just say if I had a gun and I put it on the seat of the front seat and I left the windows down. Not even that. Let's just say I left my gun on the front seat and went into the casino and my gun was sitting on the front seat and everybody and their mama could see it. That's kind of an irresponsible thing on my part. But if somebody breaks in my car and has to ramble through things to try to find what they might think is in there, I've done nothing wrong. They violated. That's like saying if somebody break into your house and they steal all your guns, were you being irresponsible because somebody broke the law to violate your rights? No, how do you become the perp here? How do you become the perpetrator? How do you become the dummy? That's crazy. No, you got to think for what it really is. And the bottom line is, whoever is doing the crime is irresponsible. You can't open the door for them. I get it. But how many cars do you have to? Now, Jarek, I love you. None of that. I'm just saying, think about how many, if their logic, think of this, Jerica, their logic, the people who try to make it the people's fault, their logic don't even play right, because look at how many cars people have to break into in order to finally hit a lick with a gun. You can't tell me that the only reason why people are stealing guns, breaking in cars, is to steal a gun. Jerica, that don't make sense. It sound good. It sound good for those that want to blame gun owners for what they have. But it's not the truth. It's not the truth. And I'll stick on that. I don't care what the data say. I don't care what they say about that. I know car thieves. And I know they ain't leaving no gold chain, $20 bill, and $50 on the seat. If they see that, they taking it. They're not just there to steal a gun. A gun is the qualm. They're there for the gun if it's there. They're not just breaking in cars just to get the damn gun. That's just not it. A lot of them break into the car to take the car itself. The chief just told y'all on a video. She said they stealing cars to go use those cars to go commit other crimes. I'm just being honest with you. How could you believe what they telling you when it's already been proven that a lot of it is just not true? Once you start lying to me, it's hard for me to believe all the other stuff. Hey, V Jordan, I want to just tell you something about it, something we were talking about the other day. Remember we were talking about them pardons, bro? I was going to reach out to you and tell you that the time frames don't. I hope you're still here, and I hope you understand where I'm going. I'm not trying to bring that up. I don't want to have a long conversation. Maybe we can talk about that one day. But I don't get pumped. I don't really get the fake Robin Hood shit that be going on. I don't really get consumed with that type of stuff. When somebody say they wouldn't have took a pardon if it came from certain people, it's hard for me to believe, especially when it wasn't an option. If you look at the time frames of when people get out of jail and some people get in office, the time frames don't match up. It was never an option. That's just me. If I'm wrong, V, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But before we debate it, do the research and look at the time frames of when somebody got released versus when somebody took the office. And you tell me if it was even an option. Now, it was an option for the dude that got it because he was out on appeal. See what I'm saying? He had went to jail, got out on appeal, and he was fighting an appealed case. All right. So his case was it was pending. Feel me? So look, just do that, V. Let me know what you come up with, bro. Okay. Let me know that even if they had petitioned for a pardon, because I told y'all before, the PG dude had to reach out to the Trump team. Trump and them didn't find PG. PG and them reached out to him. Y'all better pay attention. These are superstars too. These are the ones that y'all look up to and be like, yeah, he the one. White boy, he the one. But look at what we were talking about, Jordan, the other day. Look at the time frames and you tell me if that shit add up to what you think it is. See, if you already out of jail, you don't need no pardon. Preston said MF's breaking in the cars are looking for anything. They'll take a cell phone charger. They'll take a cell phone charger. And now let me be honest with you. There's certain cars, just like this lady on the video. I ain't trying to be nasty or rude. There's certain things that look like a come up. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just certain, there's certain cars that look like it probably got a gun in it. A nice little big, something big SUV with tinted windows. It might be a dope boy car or something. He might have a pistol underneath. There's cars that fit the profile that might have weapons inside of them. So yeah, I get it. They are hitting cars to see if they have guns in them, but they ain't gonna hit no damn Kia Spectrum. They not hitting that car to see if it's a gun in it. Come on, man, stop. They hitting certain cars. Okay, I got you, bro. Okay, I got you. He did his crackhead son. He did more than his crackhead son, bro. He gave pardons to his family members to go back 15 years. Nobody talk about that, okay? But it kind of explains some things that had already been understood. Okay, whenever you got a son that's making $83,000 a month that have no skills, no background, you better stop talking to people about corruption. Kevin B. Phil, I'm sorry I didn't mean, okay, Kevin B said no disrespect, no disrespect to the Kia Spectrum owners. Right. I didn't mean it disrespectful, but them ain't the ones that's carrying guns, bro. Them probably students. So they up there hitting all them cars. Okay, let me just make it make sense to some people so they won't be mad. Y'all really think these thieves are hitting cars in Clifton, in a college town, and looking for guns? So these areas that are student-oriented, you think those UC campus students have guns under their seats? All right. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And you know, in college towns, there's a bunch of Spectrums, little, Kia Spectrums and Nissan, little Toyota, little efficient cars. It's expensive out here. Very expensive out here. Tomorrow. We'll be here at 1:00. I'm not quite, yeah, I'll tell you what. Let me think about that. Tomorrow's the 27th. Yeah, I got a 3:30 here in a second, so I got to get out of here. Anthony Prosser says, some do, Wyatt. I know UCPD officers. Bro, them ain't students. Them dudes up there trying to get on with students. Stop. Why wouldn't a student take his gun in his dorm with him? And they probably ain't students. Or you might have a thugged out ass student up there. It's a possibility. But in most cases, nah, them guys ain't up there. They ain't thugging like that on campus. I'm being honest. We can say 1 out of 200 cars, 1 out of 300 or 400, maybe even 500 cars might have that situation. But nah, and for the most part, nah. I'm a realistic thinking person when it comes to stuff like that. And just because one thing happens out of 1,000, that don't make it a thing. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm looking at my schedule. I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking at my schedule at the same time that I'm trying to talk here. Tomorrow, I thought I had something on my schedule that was like at 12:30. And if that's the case, it's going to be tough for me to do. Let me just make sure. I'm looking at it now. Yeah. Okay. I should be here. I can do something with that. That's not a problem. I could do something. Sorry about that, guys. I hit the wrong button. I hit a bad button there. Let me see if I can do this. Sorry about that. My bad. I hit the wrong button. I was trying to pull down my schedule for work. I have an appointment tomorrow, but it's a little earlier during the day. I wasn't sure if it was this Friday or next Friday. But that all being said, man, it's 3:30. I gotta go. I gotta get on a conference call at 3:30, which means I gotta get on right now. Peace and love to everybody. Tomorrow I got a special one for you, bro, sis. I want y'all to hear what Roland Martin had to say about the black church selling out the black community. Oh, this is gonna be good. Make sure you don't miss it. See you tomorrow. Same place, same time, 1 o'clock right here. Peace and love to you all.
Yeah. No, they don't really want to take his cool off. Boy, throw it. I just press this early in the morning. When she on the line, I'ma take my time. Yeah. Do it how we want. Just to set the mood, girl, I brought some Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay. Hold up, 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 yeah. She love the way I'm doing it, do it. So good she won't put my tattoo on it. Bottom line is, you the finest. Gave you a new name. What's that? What's that? What's my? Hold up. Whoa there. Let's capture this moment. If I, then I own it. Want it every morning. And patroning, girl, we groaning. But that got me feeling like a kid with the street lights on. Street lights on? You know I gotta go until it's early in the morning. When she's all alone, I'ma take my time. Do it how we want. Just to set the mood, girl, I brought some Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay. So just let the song play. The long way. Was all inspired by little Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay. Hold up. Talk to the man. You talking to a grown man. It's like way too much up in your pants for us not to make the bed squeak. There goes the bitch. Everybody rip the swag off before I rip the tag off. Why my pants sag off? Cause I'm rapping my off. Flow so ugly, money so handsome. This the anthem, get it? The anthem. Early in the morning, when she's all alone, I'ma take my time. Do it how we want. Just to set the mood, girl, I brought some Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay. So just let the song play. The long way, the strong way. It's all day, it's all way. This was all inspired by little I be saying I think when I know, just because I don't really wanna talk too much. But you love it when I talk like I lost it. And I love how you look when you're blazing. And I swear you turn at least half Asian. And we bout to have a liaison. She's so cool, give head with a shades on. Whoa. You should just go through a K-bone. And it's just so amazing. So amazing. So amazing. Take it to the car, bloop, bloop. That look like I'm speed racing. Leaving with me, it'll boost your reputation. Westside is where I'm stationed. Spent all night just champagne tasting. Ain't no rush, girl, let's just pace it till it's early in the morning. Yeah. When she's all alone, I'ma take my time. Do it how we want. Just to set the mood, girl, I brought some Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay. So just let the song play. The long way, the strong way. It's all day, it's all way. This was all inspired by little Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay. And this was all inspired by little Marvin Gaye and Chardonnay.